All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Health, Wealth, and Success. This is Dr. Hank, and you're going to just love this session. It's going to enlighten you, awaken you to just the magnificence, the brilliance of who you are, and that we create our own experience. And I'm going to share with you today 3 steps to be able to start really thriving now. And before we begin, though, I wanted to share a few bits of facts, if you will, about our minds, because we're going to talk a lot about our minds, different patterns of our minds. But did you know that we have about 60,000 thoughts a day? And it's pretty wild that, and then the question probably would be, hey, what are those thoughts? Like, what am I thinking on those? Let me just see. There everybody is. Hi everybody. Oh, Maria's there, and Ryan and Valerie. Hi guys. I see a few of you there. And so just think again, there's 67 thoughts that we have each day. And according to the National Science Foundation, that about 80% of those thoughts are negative, unless you hang around me. And then you don't have too many negative thoughts. And if you do, you just say, bye-bye. And by the way, we're going to have a great time today. We're going to be doing a little singing and dancing. And again, it's going to enlighten you. You're going to have an illumined mind as we go through here. But what's really a kicker out of all that information is, more importantly, 95% of the thoughts we have are repetitive thoughts. They're the same thoughts. And you know on how this goes that thoughts become things. So if I keep on thinking about the same things, I keep on getting the same type of life. And your life might be okay, but we all wanted better. We wanted more okay, if you will. And so we really have 3 types of mindsets, and you could choose which one you want, but we need to be aware of that we have 3 different types of mindset. And again, I've not shared this with you recently, and this is with all my education, everything mental science, but the first mindset is basically having a fixed mindset. And you basically, you avoid failures. You don't want to take any risks. That you stick to what you know. Don't put that toe in the water. Heaven forbid, you might go swimming and having some fun. And then you believe, typically people with a fixed mindset, they typically believe that their talents and strengths and gifts are fixed. In other words, they can't get any better, or whatever they are, and they are who they are. And the beauty is that none of you on this line, on this call, on this event, this show, are that way at all. You don't have a fixed mindset, because otherwise you wouldn't be on here. The next one, mindset, is a growth mindset. And that's where, you're an everyday learner and you seek personal and professional growth. And for sure, all of you are involved in that. Again, you wouldn't be on this, that you do focus on mastering your skills whenever possible. I had, yesterday, I had about talents. And by the way, if any of you want there's 67 talents of mankind. And if you want my $300 talent assessment for free, I'm giving away everything for free as usual. And so if you want that, I would highly recommend you do that. And then I did a podcast and recorded it with those people that I've already invited. Most of you actually got an email about it, but those that took advantage of it. But I had one lady that she just comes to everything that I have, and she's getting better and better and more business and happier. And so, and that is one of my counsels, if you want to move up this scale of mindset, then just hang around with with me, have fun, and you'll see you'll get there. And then back to this growth mindset. So again, everyday learner and focus on mastering skills, and then you believe you can achieve, a lot of things as long as you work hard. And remember, it's not about working hard. We were just brought up that way, and then we saw other people work hard, and then they became successful. And we say, oh, that must be why they got successful, and then to work hard. And I was watching that Michael Jordan special, and if you notice, everything came from a thought. Like, he would get motivated and do really well, like to lift weights when he had bad competition, the Detroit Pistons, when they would kind of beat him up as they were stronger than him. So it wasn't about him working hard, it's that he first had the thought. 99% of everything that happens to us is through our thought. So that's a growth mindset. And again, that we can just play and we can get there really easily, and it's fun. But you just have to have faith in God and belief in God and in you and how divine that you are. But we're here today to have a thriving mindset. And so I'm going to literally take you up to your angels. We're going to be flying around with our angels today, and you're going to be feeling just tremendous by the time we get off of this. You're going to go, yes. And so this thriving mindset, that thriving mindset always seeks to do well and focus on the good, the wanted, is really aware of when they see something that doesn't make them feel good, and they're thinking then about whatever they're seeing, and doesn't make them feel good, they just get off of it. They just say, this is what I don't want. Their inspiration is why they do anything. Okay, they're just inspired, and they get inspired because they're connected, and they're connected with God, their inner being, their higher self. And by being this connected, in fact, my counsel to you is, first of all, to write down some of these things, these ahas, not so much about a fixed mindset or a growth mindset, but saying, hey, all you have to do is ask and you will receive. I want a thriving mindset, and here's the easy way to do it. And one of the main way of really having a great day is to ask to bring along God with you, if you will. Bring along your inner being, your source, all that is that to bring along your higher self. And so I typically invite God to be with me. God's always with us, but if we're not conscious of it and not aware, that we can't pick up God's thoughts and then start attracting the different things that we want. And also in a thriving mindset, you believe in growing your strengths, allowing for greater opportunities for you, for your family, for your team, our team together. All of us are together here helping support each other, helping us to thrive and grow. And so it's just so beautiful. And then helping the world. The world, most of the world needs a lot of help. They're buying into all this stuff. CDC just came up with that, flu season's over, everything's dropping as far as, deaths, whatever. And 9% of the deaths during this flu season have been with the virus. All the other deaths are the other flu and especially pneumonia, so there's nothing to worry about that. We create our own experience, so you're not going to get anything. And by the way, if you do get the coronavirus, no problem, that you don't have to have any symptoms if you believe that. And so most people don't get any symptoms. We just did, we worked with first responders, and one whole group of first responders, a whole city, and that they were all tested, and a third of them had the virus, and they didn't know it. They didn't have any symptoms or anything, so we quarantined them for 10 days, and then they were back to it. But the fact is, you can crave whatever you want. So like, hey, come on, coronavirus, whatever, doesn't matter as long as you don't. Now your fear though will create you getting it and you getting really sick, and maybe if your fear's good enough, you're gonna die. And by the way, most people under 50 years old don't die. According to the experts, that because of my young, youthful age, I should be dead. and I'm not dead, and because I determine on what I want. Okay, so we're all doing it. So don't give your power away to anything, and any virus or anything. That you keep your power where you are. So, so I'm going to help you today to get rid of any fixed mindset on this repetitive. 95% of our thoughts are repetitive thoughts, and our thoughts create things. And so it's like, hey, I'm going to get out of that. And then one thing, I'd like you to write this down. It's just a beautiful thing, but thought. But you can't have a happy ending without a happy journey. And just think about that for a while. Now, are you happy right now? You have the power to be happy. Hey, there's my Angelica. How are you, girl? And my angel, I call her my angel. All of you are my angels. And so isn't that a great thought, though, that, to have a happy ending, you can't be working hard and struggling and not enough time and not enough really deep, meaningful relationships and bad health and everything and expect to have a happy ending. You won't. That, hey, I'm going to lighten up here. I'm going to wake up and realize that my life right now, it's happening right now. And I'm going to start creating these new thoughts. And again, I'm going to fill your minds with beautiful new thoughts today, and already have, right? That are going to take you to a whole new place. The first action step that I would suggest that you do, and inspired step, is if you would just sit down today, and I mention this often, and I can't mention it more, it's just the easiest way. If you'll just sit down and write down the things that you appreciate, the things that are going well. So this was me this morning on writing down the things that went well. So, and I wrote at the top, so many things I appreciate. And then I wrote things that are playing out for me. But as you start writing that down, those things down, what's playing out for you? Hey, I woke up today. Hey, I got Dr. Hank on my side and all his angels and everything. That, that it just goes on. And I have this business, or maybe for some of you, the government is paying you right now. Woohoo, great. Hey, they said they wanted to pay you, go ahead. My tailor, who made some scarves, some real neat hip looking scarves for us, but she's not working. She actually, I saw a picture of her on the golf course yesterday, because she's making way more money than, doing her little seamstress, type of stuff. And that's great, whatever. They decided that, and everything's going to play out. You're going to see that everything is actually going to get better and better here. And just wait till you see when they have they already have some, they're taking steps to a vaccination. And so you'll just see this whole world will just start screaming wild. And that's why we're here, though, is for you to take advantage when everything in the outside world really gets good. You're going to be riding that wave. And just imagine you riding that wave, surfing on that wave of life, and it's just taking you to all of the things that you desire. Isn't that a great image? And again, you maybe want to write down that image. Hey, I'm just going to be riding that wave of prosperity and a royal path to my riches. But my number one thing on things that I appreciated, my pure and direct connection with God. And I just love that. Okay. And me being healthy, and my brilliant mind, and my good feelings. And you just start saying those things to you. And then, basically the whole universe responds like, oh, you got a brilliant mind. Okay, I'll make you even more brilliant. Okay. You just call it the way you want it, and that I want my life to be easy and fun and enjoyable and prosperous and abundant. And I even was appreciative of my little Bella, my little Maltese poodle. And that's just pure source energy. Dogs are, cats are, pets are. And so just, whenever you're upset or whenever you're feeling good, want to feel better, just pet your pet. And it's all great. And let's see any other ones that, and I love my freedom. Like this has really helped me to realize that, wow, the outside world is trying to prevent me from my freedom and telling me I got to do stuff. And it's like, hey, nobody, it doesn't matter if I'm in a jail cell, okay? I'm the freest person alive because as long as I'm free in my mind and my feelings, that then freedom shall ring, and it rings for me. So I don't have to wear a mask in the car, in my condo, when I'm walking. I mean, there's all kinds of things. I got a neat little scarf that I just kind of put up and to do this. And so I'm loving it all. Gas prices are lower, that there's not as much traffic. I tell Sharon, don't be upset, my wife, that don't be upset about what's going on. You have asked for and been complaining about too much traffic. Well, there's not too much traffic anymore, And you see that you start laughing about all this, you just start enjoying it all. You look for the good, you look for the wanted, and then you'll get plenty of the wanted. And let's see, and then who I'm grateful for and appreciative of is every one of you. And you're on this list. In fact, your names are written on this. And because you're just golden, you're angelic. I love you guys. And it just gets better and better. And some people may say, hey, you don't even know me. And most of you not, but maybe some people don't know me. Doesn't matter. I still love you. I know who you are. Underneath whatever that your maybe facade is, you're just awesome, and you're angelic too. And so I see that, and then you'll show that to me because that's what I'm looking for. And so it's all great. And then by eternity, my eternalness. Okay, we're all eternal beings. Everybody's getting so upset over. I just heard a medical doctor talk about there's 330 million people in the U.S. and there's I don't know 30 million people in Texas and there's 117 deaths. And she goes like, what's the big deal? And that we weren't meant to live here forever. And that's a whole nother topic. But really, just lighten up on that because everybody tries to scare you on, oh, that person died. There's way more deaths on pneumonia or car. Don't be driving your car then. Way more deaths and all of that. So just be happy. And so let's see. And then, yeah, and your place that you live in, and just that you have food and water, and I mean, there are so many things to appreciate. And when you appreciate, here's the beauty of that exercise: is when you appreciate that, it's telling the universe, it's telling God, give me more of it. And then God will give you more abundance, more business, more whatever you have been appreciating. So appreciate your business that you have, or appreciate the business that is coming to you now. Okay. You say, I just love that everything's getting better and better for me. And there's plenty of business. And again, if you're in real estate, the fast path to get plenty of business. And we have agents, really, it's just unbelievable. Millions of dollars we've created of more business, more service to others because of the amazing GPS that we have. And then for everybody else, if you're not in real estate, that, hey, we send you love and we can serve you and help you with whatever you want on real estate, or come to me with anything you want. I talked about that 8-year-old boy that the parents called me and said, I got this 8-year-old boy and he's sitting here in his bedroom, crying, afraid, fearful, got tears all the time. And I said, what for? And they go, well, this terrible virus. And oh my God, let me talk to him. So I went in. The first question I asked him was, how do you feel? And he said, not very good. And so then we just started talking about, well, that's because you're not thinking about this as God is thinking about this. And this is actually good, that those people that were on their way out are just had a little bit faster trip on the way out, but you're just fine. And breathing that air is healthy for you. And being around other kids will give you immunity so you won't get even sick with this. And he goes, oh my God, really? And within 10 minutes, I had that boy running out of the bedroom, hugging his mom and dad, saying, I want to go take a walk in the park, And so, and what happened? Why is that? I didn't give him some shot or some pills. I just had him change his mindset. And that's all we need to do in order to change our mindset. So, any thoughts, any comments at this point? What did you like best?
I like best that you appreciate me. And I wrote down that I appreciate you as well, and I love you. And I love everyone else on here. And there's nothing you can do about it.
That's right. They can't change that, right? Yeah.
No, you can't take away my love for someone else.
That's right.
Or
Exactly.
myself. That's most important.
Yeah, yeah. How did you know I had your name on there, Ryan?
Because you said so, and I just know that I'm on.
That's great. Other thoughts?
I like that. You reminded me that 97% of thoughts are repetitive, because we know that thoughts become things from working with you all the time, but I forgot how much repetitiveness of my thoughts are, and that makes you more conscious and more aware. Yeah. And then I also like that you reminded me that I know that God's always with me, but to daily be consciously aware he's with me. Don't just know it, but think about it. And so I'm going to try to fit that in a little bit better.
Yeah. So great, and a great sentence on that, and again, I'm channeling here is, I invite God into my life today now. And so just by the invitation, we're the inviters. Invite God into your life. Again, God's there always with you, but if you don't invite him into life, what happens is your little repetitive mind starts running the show and what we, call the committee, and good luck with that. If there's any devil, that's it, running the show and saying, oh, this is terrible, and everything. Some guy said, well, I'm going to repeat it, but it's just, I see a guy in the elevator and I go, hey, there's been a lot of changes going on in the world, huh? And he goes, yeah, but no problem. We're like cockroaches. No matter how many of us they kill, that we're gonna still survive. And I'm thinking, what the heck? That we're all gonna survive, and in fact, we're gonna thrive. And so, yeah, I love that. Invite God into your life every day. And again, whatever word you want to use for that, your higher self, the universe, whatever. Most of us have been brought up with, hey, that essence, that beautiful, loving energy that's flowing, is what most of us call God. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Well, so let's see. So let's talk. So there's a river of life, and I just love looking at this analysis on taking a look at this river of life. So think of your life as this river, and it's flowing downstream, and down there are all of your desires. Those are the things that you want. And this is where you are right now. And so all you need to do is just hop in the river and flow downstream. What we've been taught is, hey, we got to work hard and got to go swimming upstream. And that's why most of us get pretty tired and pretty burnt out, and we're ready for a change, or they're going to exit. They typically about 10,000 people on anything that happens negative with the economy, that 10,000 people will commit suicide. And so you can start seeing, they're saying, oh, we're saving all these lives. Actually, they're killing other people that otherwise would have, maybe been all right. And by the way, suicide is just a disconnection with God. But when you're in this river, that you're flowing, and well-being is always flowing. And so for you to just allow and just to say, I'm going to take it easy today. I'm going to be led by you. And the way to be led is to not just have, hey, it's going to be a tough day, or it's going to be a busy day. Get rid of those words. Don't even use the word work. Okay, that I'm going to go play today. I'm going to go have fun today. I'm going to be led by God today. And what that means is you'll be given all of a sudden these godly thoughts, these new thoughts, and you won't be in those same repetitive thoughts. And when you change your thoughts, you change your life. And when there are positive thoughts, you change your life in a positive way. So upstream are unwanted thoughts, downstream are wanted thoughts. And what's above and around all of that is our angels. And so you could call that, some people do whatever, you know, you can think whatever, but another way to look at that is that there's this energy, and you call forth the energy that creates worlds with your thoughts. And so what kind of angels are you calling forth? And so, you know, hey, I want angels of good health and of well-being and of love. And then the angels start flocking all around and start coming, and I have angels literally flying all around it. In fact, one of the things I do in the morning, so I invite God into my experience and my life now, into my thoughts, and I get pretty specific on, and I ask that you be in my thoughts, I ask that you be in my feelings, I ask that you be in my feelings and emotions, and then I ask that you be in every cell of my body. And just by this is being a deliberate leader, okay, creator, the way to be deliberate. And so, and again, I would be writing down when you hear and they're helping me and they're supporting me and they're loving me. And then I say, could you please go gather all my goodies up today and bring me big, happy surprises? And believe me, if you're not asking, you can't get it. It's impossible to get. And so start asking. So today, I expect big, happy surprises. And for those of you that know me, I bring that up a lot. I bring that because when you start doing it, and before you go to sleep, put your head on a pillow, breathe deeply, and then ask yourself, hey, what kind of big surprises came today? And then you'll start thinking and start appreciating, and then lull yourself to sleep with all the big happy surprises that happen to you, the conversations, the thoughts, the maybe more the opportunities in your business, in your personal life, whatever, and just come up with, you know, different things. I just got a Land Rover, and today I was driving near kind of where the dealer was, so I'm gonna pop in there because my oldest son needs a car, and so I saw this really cool looking Land Rover. It was 120 grand, and so I took pictures of it, and then I sent it to my son and said, hey, how about this for a new car? You know, and it's just fun. It's just a way to connect. And I mean, I didn't have this plan, hey, I'm going to go to the dealer, take some pictures, and you know what? It's just that I just flow with life. And so I'm in this stream of life. And when you're in the stream of life, you just come up with all these new ideas. I never had that idea before. But when I asked for, give me new, abundant, prosperous, fun, happy ideas, then they start coming your way. But we all have to ask of it. So your powerful thoughts create everything. And that's why I've been sharing with you is, according to all of science, that there's 3 steps to create your experience, to have your dreams come true, to have whatever that you're looking for. And like for those of you with children, that I want to make sure that you're sending just love and well-being to them. You don't send them, gee, I hope they don't get sick, because that's a vibration of sickness, and you send them sickness. And our thoughts are powerful. We can literally create for other people on their behalf, and that's why prayer is so powerful. Prayer works, if you will. And so everything starts with our thought. And that's why I've shared with you about these thoughts. And oh my goodness, that when I have these, you know, I just have had repetitive thoughts, and then I get a repetitive life. And so I'm not going to do that anymore. And I'm going to ask for give me new, brilliant thoughts that create a happier, more fun life. I want to play more today. What a great thing to ask. I want to have more fun today. I want to smile more today. I want to laugh more today. You know, you have the power to create the best drug ever. We don't need any type of vaccine or anything. You have the power within you to be able to create the best, biggest, greatest drug there is. And they're endorphins, and you create them by laughing. And so think to yourself, how much have I laughed? have I laughed today? Well, if you start asking to laugh, then you'll laugh, and you'll see. We'll be laughing here, and we've already laughed a little. We'll be laughing, and then I promise you, you'll be smiling, you'll be laughing, you'll be creating endorphins where you don't have to be concerned about anything. In fact, you could be happy about everything. So these thoughts then create this energy, what the scientists call energy. That's your emotion. And that emotion then is what actually is being transmitted to God. That emotion, so it's your thoughts that go into this emotion. It's a signal. You're sending out a signal. So ask yourself, what signal are you sending? It's kind of like a radio station. What station are you dialing to today? So are you doing, the whatever, the bad, the lousy music station, whatever that is, as we all have different preferences, or are you dialing to that favorite station of yours? If you dial to that, and that's the signal you become a magnet to that station. And so think about, hey, I'm going to dial to this station of prosperity, of abundance, of happiness, of joy, of freedom, and then you'll get that. So these thoughts, your thoughts, create energy, and that energy then creates matter, and that's why thoughts become things. And so thoughts, in fact, do become things. And so I can't tell you how many thousands of people around the world that I have helped to be able to realize on, just what they are. And that's why, I just love I see so much of the wanted in all of these world changes. And one of them is, I never had this before, where I was recording this and every week talking about health, wealth, and success. And now I am. And then on Tuesdays, for all real estate professionals, we're getting together and we're in a mastermind group. And yesterday was just over the top with Ryan sharing how he did $2.5 million attract in the last 6 weeks. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is so great. And then on Thursday, we have another one that's live and recorded for real estate agents and how to help them to grow their business and their wealth. And it's like, those things would have never happened if this wouldn't have happened. Otherwise, we would have been in Maria's cool little office that up on what floor, 10th floor, I think, and then overlooking, downtown Dallas. And we love that, and we love Maria, and we love hugging too. And so let's all just give each other hugs right now, kisses. And thank you. That because we miss that. Do you know that us humans actually need that human touch? We need a hug. So go hug somebody today. Write that down. I'm going to go hug somebody, and not just a little. Really put some meaning in it and give a big hug, especially the people that you love. Even if you're mad at them, all it is a thought on why you're mad at them. They're just not behaving the way you want them to. And so, and the great thing with other people is the word allow. Just allow other people, allow your loved ones to be who they are. Everybody's trying their best. And so give them a break. Give yourself a break. Be kinder to yourself. Be kind and loving to yourself, and then you will be to others as well. So there's 3 easy steps for you to have more health, wealth, and success. If you will just do this and put blind faith in this, that most are just at home right now. Some, like Maria, are working more than they ever had and serving more than they ever had. Because she's in mortgage, and my mortgage lady, and that she's doing more refis and everything. She's like, she's very productive. Remember, we don't use the word busy, so she's very productive, and she's serving lots of people. But most of us are sitting here and that, hey, what could I focus on? And if you just do a couple of these things every day, and mainly these 3 things, and again, I gave you some strategies on write a list of appreciation to do it. But step 1 is just to have good feeling thoughts. And these are thoughts about what you enjoy, what you love, what do you appreciate? Okay, and appreciate is a high-level word. It's a godly word. It's better than grateful. Grateful is kind of like somebody else did something, and this is a co-creative process. You have to do the asking. The Father does the work. Okay, God does the work, and then you receive, and you need to do the receiving. A lot of people that I just, I told this one agent this morning that I said, so just to be clear, you don't want to own part of a company, a major real estate company. You don't want to have stock and build your wealth, and you don't want to have passive income. And they said, oh, well, I'll meet, when can I meet you? And so, but they were trying to fight against, and really they were fighting for their lack of limitation. So think to yourself, where are you fighting for your lack of limitation? And just give it up. Whatever you push against, it's going to get bigger and worse. And so that's why we're not going to do any of that. We're going to love the world just the way they are. We're going to love people on how they're thinking this is, whatever. And that's great. We're going to allow everybody, but we're going to think and feel the way that we want to. And specifically, we're going to have good feeling thoughts. And then another one is to be able to look at, here, little thoughts of how you want it to be. So I was just thinking, I hope my oldest son isn't on this, but I was just thinking on how my son's going to move from New Jersey to Dallas, and then I'm going to have my grandchildren, Noah and Ava, our first little girl in our family in like 50 years, that I'm going to have them right in my neighborhood. I just love that thought. That's what will be, okay? And I just love that idea. And New Jersey and New York, they're kind of hot spots with all this. And so, I just love that thought. And so I just run with that thought, and I don't figure out the how, because that's God's job. God will figure out how to get my son down here and in this neighborhood, whatever. And so my job, if you will, is simply to think about those good feeling thoughts. And I love the idea, and that's a great one to write down too, is I love the idea of growing my business. I love the idea of having more income. Okay, be general. Don't say I love the idea, I have millions of dollars. Well, that one might be okay for some of you, but most it won't be. That your subconscious mind won't take it. But your subconscious mind will accept. I love the idea of having more income now. And in fact, speaking of sentences, so here's your magical sentence for today. And what I would recommend that you write this down 21 times. I'm going to give you another one a little bit later, but this one just came to me before I got on. I went like, oh, this is a good one. Here it is. By day and by night. So by day and by night, I am being prospered in all wanted ways. Ooh. By day and by night, I am being prospered in all wanted ways. Okay? Because prosperity can come in bad stuff too, unwanted stuff, if you will. And so, yeah, I love that. So by day and by night, I am being prospered in all wanted ways. If you write that down 21 times every day, I guarantee you, you'll be more prosperous. Prosperity in health and wealth and success and income, and that's what this whole show is about, right? So that's just a great one. I love that one. And so a couple other things, thoughts that you can control. And so I can't control what the government's going to do. I can't control what people think about this virus, the flu. I can't control any of that, but I can control my own thoughts, and I can control on how I want it to be. And I can right now in this red hot moment feel good. So this quote has been something that people, it really has been a gripper for them. You can't ask for what you don't want. And so you're asking as your thought, okay? So I don't want this, I don't want, whatever you're saying you don't want, and expect to get what you want. Okay? It just doesn't, it doesn't work. So the way that really is written is I can ask for what I want and get what I want. So that is, and again, if you want to write that down, whichever magical sentence you like. But what a way. So, we're talking about how do I get rid of, like Maria said, those competitive thoughts. Well, how do I get rid of that? Here's how. Here's how, right? List of appreciation, and then write these sentences. And you don't necessarily have to write like that sentence. You could just put that sentence that I can ask for what I want and get what I want, and put that on an index card. In fact, by day and by night, I am being prospered in all wanted ways. Put it on an index card, and then put it on your mirror in the bathroom, put it on every fridge, whatever, and just start looking at those things. Put it on your computer and just start looking, because the more that you see that, the better. I have my wife Sharon, when she walks every day a couple miles, and I have her with little index cards. She's reading those index cards on all these thoughts about what she wants. Mainly she wants money. And so money comes. Okay, so the second one is your breath. And the Bible, ordained minister in the Bible, that actually the word spirit in the Bible means breath. Deep breathing raises your point of attraction. It's the fastest way to connect with your higher self, and through your breath. It was kind of interesting. I've been around a lot of doctors, and I was with another medical doctor on Monday. His name is Bert Henning, and he's a master at helping people reduce stress. And so he has a 5-step process, which I won't share with you, but also, you're supposed to take a moment and look into the future, and it's really interesting. He has the same steps that I do. So one of the steps is that take a moment and look and just put yourself into the future, and that way it'll reduce your stress. Then he says breathe, and so I'm talking about breathing, right? Then he says body relaxation, and I'm going to relax your body in a minute here. And then he said meditation. He said, you do that, it reduces your stress. So what we're going to go through right now, it is going to reduce your stress. It's going to increase your health, increase your wealth, increase all the things that you have wanted, and you're going to be relaxed. And this is going to give you these new thoughts. Remember, we talked about, hey, let's get out of the repetitive thoughts. So what I'd like all of us to do right now, this is the most important thing, best thing that will ever happen to you today or any day, what we're going to do right now. So I'd like you to close your eyes and go within. The kingdom is within. We've been taught how to manipulate the outside world, and it's not about that. It's about how to go within ourselves and to be asking for the things that we want and to feel good. So I want you to breathe in deeply and breathe out. We're going to do that 7 times. And breathe in real deep, all the way down to your toes, and then breathe out and say to yourself, relax. Breathe in. Relax and quiet your mind. And smile as you do this. Relax, breathe in. And as you breathe out, just say to yourself, relax. And continue to breathe deeply. For you are a deep person, and you're going into the depths of your soul now. I want you to relax the top of your head and open up your crown and allow God's light to just flow in and through you, into your mind and your emotions, into every cell of your body. Breathe deeply and receive these words now. In the well-being and love of God, that always flows to you and through you and all around you. Welcome to the doorway of your well-being and all the health, wealth, and happiness that you desire. All is pleased that you have made a decision to be here and accept these truths as your own. Breathe in and just relax. Now relax your forehead, relax your eyes. Your eyes are just very, very sleepy, very relaxed. Relax your jaw. Relax your neck, your shoulders. Allow relaxation to run down your arms, through your hands, feeling so relaxed, so at ease. For we are becoming the meek who inherit the earth. Relax your throat, relax your lungs, relax your chest. Now go within your heart and open up your heart and your love and send that love to you. Just have your love surround your thoughts and your emotions and your body. You're so beautiful, so divine, so blessed, and you are so loved and so supported and now guided for all the days of this magical life. We now come together in co-creation, aligning with who you are, connecting with God and all that is. Relax now your stomach, relax all of your organs. Your amazing body creates energy. Your heart is pumping that blood throughout your body and depositing all this healthy, beautiful nutrients and energy and love in every cell of your body. The trillions of cells are now being nourished and fortified and are thriving just like you are now thriving. And relax your hips and relax your thighs and your knees and your calves, your ankles and your feet. And allow now relaxation to flow through you perfectly and beautifully. You are an extension of God, made in the image and likeness of God. And you have come here with great purpose. You have come here to create. You are a creator. And you couldn't wait to come here to experience this beautiful world with the contrast of everything you don't want that will help now birth everything that you do want. And so we bless everything. We bless it all the things in our past that we have not liked. We now bless it, realizing that it has taken us to this golden moment right now. This moment where we are so connected with God and our higher selves, where we now call forth our angels, and our angels come in and they are just flying around and playing the harps and singing and dancing and giving you just petals from flowers are flowing down, going into you, and you are just feeling so divine, so good, so loved, so supported and guided. The mantra is God is more, and you are on the leading edge, immersed in this well-being, in this amazing ability with your divine thoughts to be able to create it the way that you want it, to expand thought and feelings beyond where it ever has been before. Your life continually calls forth more, and all benefits from the most important part that you play in all of the universe. You are a divine being, and the past, present, and future is now seen as a blessing, an opportunity for you to take this present moment, and to take it and to create it in the way that more is there. And then all of your dreams are now coming to you. You are a magnet, a shining, shining magnet. And it's as though you have a genie within you that you have now shined, and you get to make wishes, but not 3 wishes, all the wishes that you desire. Your life is serving you well and providing the great basis of expansion exactly as you knew it would. You have and always will launch new desires that feel good to you and provides the eternity in the eternal you. From the kingdom within you, you feel expansive and delighted and filled with joy. You are frisky and eager for more. More of what you want is now flowing to you on the river of life in this glorious and enriching manner. Well-being is the dominant basis of all that is. Well-being is at the core of Mother Earth, and well-being is at the core of you. You are now awakening, and your mind is illumined with the glorious divine thoughts of God that have now put you on your lighted path. So know that all is well and now getting better as you expand the playground of God, which is your imagination, and you expand your imagination to the way that you want it more glorious, more prosperous, more happy, with more laughter and more fun, and more of everything that you wanted is now here with you. Feel appreciation for this moment. Feel appreciation for the glorious you. Feel appreciation for the future that is now bright for you and for your loved ones and for all of us together, as we now take that love from our heart and we send it out. We send that love out to our loved ones, to our friends, and to each other now. We send that love out and we wrap each other in each other's love. And we know that this is so divine, and you are so beautiful and so angelic. And we give thanks, for this is now done unto us. And so it is. Amen. Breathe in and breathe out. And now as you open up your eyes, open up with the eyes of Christ as you see the world. It's this beautiful world, beautiful you with beautiful us. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. How you feeling? I feel good, do, 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 like I knew that I would. Yeah, so good, so good.
Hey, I've got a question for you.
Yeah,
Unless you wanted to do some singing.
yeah.
So on that ask and you shall receive, I think it was mentioned in one of the slides. Was it up on the...
Yeah.
So how important is it? And because I think sometimes we ask verbally, we're like, hey, I want this, I want, and we're saying it out loud, like I want $1 million, or I want 100 grand, or I want to close this deal, or I want to have $2.5 million, or $27,000 a month, and we're saying it verbally. How important is it though to connect our thinking to our feelings to make that happen?
Yeah, yeah. So a real good way, and so really what we're talking about now is how to get into the kingdom within. And so the other word that we'll switch to now is your subconscious mind. And so with our conscious mind to say, hey, I want that deal to close right now, it's just too hard. And that we've been experienced probably other deals that we've asked before and it didn't happen right now. And so we kind of get disappointed. So when we say, hey, I want that deal to happen right now, then we're not feeling very good. And the reason why we are is because we don't have a connection with our subconscious mind. And so that's why we need easier things. So let's say the deal that I see that this deal closing in divine right timing with all parties happy and satisfied, something like that, that puts it more into, again, you don't want to be telling God what to do. And so it's more about this is why we're asking. So in divine, this flows in, so I now ask for this situation to flow in divine order and through divine love. And so this idea about that it's just going to all flow in divine order and through divine love. God knows where you are that you want to close the deal, and God knows the easiest path. Well, if you just say, I ask for this situation to be complete now in divine order and with divine love, it's a done deal. And so you can just let it go. But when you start saying, hey, I want it to close tomorrow, now you're starting to do God's job, and that's the how. And that we aren't smart enough with our small minds to understand why the delay, we would think of it as a delay, why when it does close, it was at the perfect time. We just don't understand it. It's kind of like an easy example is, like when people would get a divorce, that it's at the time they say, oh, this is the worst thing in the world, and then I counsel with them and I say, it's actually the best thing in the world because you found out what the hell you didn't want. Okay, in a spouse, and now ask, what do I want? Well, gee, I want somebody really nice, and I want to be able to connect with them, and I want them to be my soul partner, my best friend, my best lover, and so thus, then they find that, and they go, man, am I glad I got divorced? And, well, what happened 6 months ago when you were so sad, on that? Or when I let many people go, like at Procter & Gamble and other companies that I ran and whatever, and when I let them go, I said, this is good news, folks, that, the energy wasn't here and the right thing for you. And you're going to see that you're going to call me in 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever. You're going to call me and say, I am so happy that, you asked me to leave the company because this brought eventually or right away or whatever, but it brought me to something that I really wanted to do. So does that help?
Yeah, I think so. I just, making the connection between the feelings and the thinking and how important the feeling is. And I see where you're going. Like the first step is, okay, changing our thoughts about something. But if we're not maybe feeling it on the subconscious level, then, and I think what my point maybe is that when we're asking, it's important. Like, I'm not saying that piece is not important. It's just, there's more to the pieces. It's not more complicated. It's just connecting that thought with the feeling and melding them together to create that sensation or that feeling. And maybe the best way is kind of what you were talking about, a relationship, or most of us have probably been in a relationship before and sparks fly and you're just like, wow, this is amazing. Or when a deal does go good and wonder, well, how did that all really come together? And I think most of the time there's good feeling thoughts. The feeling and the thoughts are connected.
Yeah, and let me help you with that, because here's a shortcut for all of us. Not to try to dissect on, gee, what happened last time and what did I say and, whatever, and, what kind of people were they, et cetera. Trying to analyze it, because, see, the past actually isn't our friend per se, because like if we don't like Uncle Joe, then you know when we have to have Thanksgiving dinner with him or whatever, that oh no, I got to see Uncle Joe. Well, we and with our thoughts make Uncle Joe worse, and so thus he will show up worse than what we have him. So instead, no matter what's going on, let's say I had 20 deals that went south and didn't close, but one deal did. If you'll just think about that one deal, but not the detail of, you know, kind of it, but them, oh, it was just so wonderful, the relationship, they got along so well, and when they put their key in the home, they just were so elated. Just think that way. So it's not about the tactical ways of doing it. And again, we give overall strategies. So like, for example, we have a strategy in real estate on new homes and what to do. And so we have strategies to do it. But when you go in, you just want to prepave how you want that meeting to be. Just like when we go home, we need to sit in our car for a minute and think, hey, these are the people that I love, that I am going to be loved, they are going to be loved, it's just going to be great. So this idea about pre-paving it also the way that we want it. And then the last thing is stay general. That don't get specific, and you know, you brought up like, gee, I want $100,000 or you know, whatever. It's that be general. By day and by night, I'm being prospered in all wanted ways. Again, God knows you want the 100 grand. Okay, if you'll just ease up and allow that, it will come in amazing ways. In fact, you're a great example, Ryan. On, you know, you've got about $2.5 million, and when I asked you, well, how did it happen? It's like, well, it kind of like, you know, it's just all this stuff of having fun and putting out signs with hearts on it and, you know, and stuff that I'm telling you, nobody in America is putting signs out with heart without any marketing or anything. Nobody in America is doing that, but you love it. And because you love it, you go do it. You don't care what other people think. And what happens is out of the blue, you get deals. You don't know if it was from the signs or not, but the reason why you did is because you're connected. And when you're connected, you're more powerful than millions of people. And so that's why it doesn't matter what's going on in this world. I just need to be connected back to, I want to invite God with me today, that when we're connected, we're more powerful and that we can have any and everything that we want. But when we're saying, I got to have this deal, I got to have that, we're not being meek anymore. And now we're trying to tell God what to do. Amen?
Amen. By the way, I got another referral today.
Oh, there you go, baby. Yeah, we love it. We love it. We like to laugh and have more fun.
We like to laugh and have more fun.
We are the chosen ones.
We are the chosen one.
Health is our new fun game.
Health is our new fun game.
Happy is our middle name.
Happy is our middle name.
We are focused on well-being.
We are focused on well-being.
This is now what we are seeing. This is now what we are seeing. Well-being is our divine right.
Well-being is divine right.
The universe is our guiding light. The universe is our guiding light. Okay, love you guys. Remember, if you're a real estate agent or want to become a real estate agent, I know we have, I think on the line here, Commander McCormick, who is retired first responder. He's going to become a real estate agent and give the American dream now to all the people he knows. Anyways, tomorrow at noon Central Standard Time is the place to be to find out how to build your business and wealth. Meanwhile, you increase your health, wealth, and success simply by having good feeling thoughts, breathing deeply, and drinking lots of water. And so with that, I thank you all, love you all, and know that everything is getting better for you now. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Dr. Hank.
Bye. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
What I don't know how to leave the damn thing.
Let's see here. make sure that, yeah. Hey, Brennan.
I don't know.
Oh,